S4YE is a partnership. Essentially, we are mobilizing a group of institutions who have experience dealing with the problem of youth employment, different aspects, different dimensions. And that's the strength of S4YE.
So we've done a whole lot of stock take and evidence building and have tried to understand from evaluation what has worked and what hasn't worked so far in youth employment programs. We've also supplemented that with a live conversation with 19 really interesting, innovative youth employment programs that are being designed and implemented right now. And all of that is going in to build a framework for the next generation of youth employment programs.
The vision of S4YE is to be able to design and implement on ground integrated youth programs, which means how do you stimulate growth in the private sector in a way that it creates jobs, not just any kind of jobs, but jobs that would be accessible to young people.
A job brings a value that goes beyond the value to the firm or to the worker. So when young people work, they are learning on the job, they are accumulating human capital, and that human capital has a social externality. When women have a job, they invest more in the human capital of their children. When you have environments with high unemployment or underemployment rates, essentially you have human resources that are not being utilized. The problem of youth employment is a global problem, so it's not something that one institution can solve on its own.
Because we are a coalition, our priorities and our focus are really how we can leverage that ecosystem of partners to address issues of youth underemployment and unemployment.
Well, S4YE, or Solutions for Youth Employment, is a global coalition of stakeholders coming together from private sector, public sector, civil society, to address the challenge of youth employment. Our aim is to increase the number of young people engaged in decent work during the next 15 years.
Because we are a partnership, we are able to take more risks, we are able to experiment. The beauty of a partnership is that we have partners who have different strengths. For example, a multilateral has the strength to be able to influence policy dialogue. A civil society organization is better placed in terms of engagement on ground. A private sector is better placed to really bring in the cutting-edge business practices, technology and solutions. The importance of the partnership comes from the scale at which the solution needs to be delivered. The sheer scale tells you that this is not something that one single organization can handle alone. Having a partnership which brings together so many partners with different strengths gives us the ability to be able to make a change at scale.
The private sector within Solutions for Youth Employment really supports the understanding of what jobs are really out there for youth and how we can connect youth to those jobs. When I speak to other private sector organizations about Solutions for Youth Employment and why they should join, I say that youth unemployment and underemployment is one of the greatest challenges of our time. The need for talent as companies is one of the most pressing and strategic challenges that any company faces, especially in the future of work. And we're in an age of unprecedented technological innovation and pace of change. And so combining the challenge of youth underemployment and unemployment with the challenge of companies needing to find the best talent in this pace of change and innovation, it's really critical that companies are a part of the solution. The private sector has a unique opportunity to bring its skills and insights to a coalition which can give back to it the types of understanding of how to engage and develop the talent that the private sector needs to succeed in the future of work and in an age of unparalleled disruption and innovation.
We have been looking at the evaluations of traditional youth employment programs. They offer training, counseling, job search assistance, wage subsidies, and the results are quite disappointing. Only 30% of those programs have had a positive impact. Those programs that had an impact had a small impact. It doesn't mean that the youth employment programs are a bad idea. It means that we need to design them better. We need the programs, but we need to do something at the same time to create jobs or improve the quality of jobs. But you can give all the training you want if at the same time you are not doing something to create the jobs or improve the quality of the jobs, you have a problem. So integration also means to bring demand-side interventions to the table, essentially working on entrepreneurship programs, supporting SME growth, supporting the development of value chains, and then you can bring the two types of initiatives together. That's what we mean by integration, integrated youth employment programs.
Gender equality is critical in terms of bringing women into the global economy. By every economic indicator measured, women are disproportionately represented, whether it's in the labor market, in the workforce, in wages, and particularly in the developing countries where women are primarily either in unpaid work or working in informal and unprotected circumstances. Our board of directors has made a very strong commitment to the gender equality as a cross-cutting principle. Currently, our focus is on digital jobs, and particularly for young women. So we're in the process of capturing information and lessons learned on that, and we'll be piloting some programs. We will integrate gender equality into all of our activities. Well, youth are part of the solution. More than 1 billion young people will be coming into the labor market in the next decade, and the jobs just are not there. So we need to engage youth and harness their creativity and their ideas and their energy to come up with solutions that work. They have to be at the table, they have to be our partners.
This is innovative, it's pioneering, it hasn't been tried before.
So S4YE is there to take risks and to make sure when we discover that there are new ways to do things better, those become public goods. So the design of these new programs that we want to experiment with can be adopted by other countries.